Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whatever you happen to be watching this Visco in Tokyo, coming at you with a stream that needs its tags fixed. Don't worry, gonna get there. It's a LittleBigPlanet stream. This happens every time. If my keyboard didn't suck so bad, this would be a lot easier. But the keyboard, it does suck. I mean, the whole laptop sucks. That's just the way it be, unfortunately. But no, we're okay. We got the tags are fixed. I gotta get onto the dealie with the dealie, the mod view, because I'm the only mod here. Also, my ear is still a little bit too tender for headphones, so I do not have the headphones on. I'm just talking into the mic around my neck, which is goofy. It feels goofy, and it's also very quiet. So I'm gonna put on some music, very soft music for myself, just so that it's like not completely silent in my environment. What are we doing? Honestly, like, what are we doing? I had like ideas at work, and those are always a problem. Those are just always, nothing ever good happens from ideas at work. Let's see, where do we want this? We put this right here for a second. Oh, unscrunkles a mouse's brain. Is that good? Like, don't we want our brains scrunkled? I feel like... Holly, how you doing? It is lovely to see you. It's always lovely to see you. I hope the life be treating you well. I hope it's not giving you too many ups and downs and runarounds. I'm sorry that I wasn't here yesterday, but the ear was really quite painful. So it just seemed like it was better just to not. As much as I hate it, it just seemed like it was better just to not. You know how it be. But hopefully, that you're well. That's what we want most in this world. Which may sound like a snark, but it's not a snark. Okay, so we got this on follower. That's our start. I think we want... Okay, so even if it's on 0, it's still gonna have smoke. And that's... I wanted the smoke. Alright, so we got that. We're gonna want a rocket rotator. Put that at 70? I think 70. That sounds good. So we got the follower, we got the rocket rotator. Oh, Alice, thank you so much for the tweet dealie. That looked really neat. I'm gonna have to go in on my laptop and like actually scroll through all of the comics because my phone's a bit wonky. But my interest was very piqued. Just the fact that it had Osaka, and I was just like, oh my god, Osaka! It's so good! But yeah, how you doing, Alice? Hopefully well. I'm hoping very well. Let's see. We want, I think for right now, just cardboard. We can always do things to this. Want it to be dynamic. We'll put... You're following light blue? Light blue. Cool. Alright, so want a light blue tag on that. I just want to see what this is gonna do. I do apologize, I might be coughing a little bit. I've been coughing like on and off for the past couple of days, and it just is what it is, basically. I hate it, but you know, life of a smoker and all of that. Put you up here for a second. And maybe this here? And here? And we'll want to get some pistons on these. Get our bad boy pistons. Hello. Actually, we probably ought to start him from up top here. I feel like that's the best. I do appreciate that, like, pistons are automatically set to stiff, because it's a whole kind of problem remembering to do that in LVP1. It is, as the kids say, a giant pain in the butt. The actual butt. I hate it so much. Alright, so I think we want the minimum to be about here. Minimum should be 12, and maximum will do, I don't know, 50. Maximum for the big ones can be 75. Oh, not that far, not that far. Come back, come back, come back. And 12. Maybe we'll do this one to be 45. And 12. And this one could be 80 and 12. Cool. And make this one backwards. And we'll make this one backwards. And let's just see what that looks like now. Okay, so the 12, like, that's like way too low. Oh no. Actually, yeah. Because this guy's big. He's like really big. So, these probably gotta go up a lot more. Make this to 30? Yeah. $32. Sure, why not? Make this one 40. And this one 35. Okay, neat, neat, neat. And let's get the timing a little bit different. We'll do 20 seconds on you. We'll do 10 on you. Do 18? Well, 15 is fine. And 12? And let's set up a simple, very simple sequencer, just to test that it kind of does what I imagine that it would do. Oh my god, like, Lifeformed is such a... Wait, I always screw this up. Fastfall is the name of the album. Lifeformed is the name of the artist. Fastball is such a good album. It's just really good. So we're hoping that the collector will just like zoop around to these different tags. Oh, Kronos! We're hoping the collector will zoop around, well, the pseudo collector zoop around to the different tags and will point in the direction that it's zooping. Kronos, how you doing today? I hope that you are super well. Hope that life is being kind to you. You deserve to have life be kind to you. That's my own 2 cents. Alright, let's see if this actually do... Oh wait, no, well, okay, we want to do one more thing just to be on the safe side. We just defizz stuff, just to be... I mean, not that it... I don't think it could collide with how big it is, but just now a strange thing happened, though it's probably not appropriate to share since it involves a bit of blood. I'm going to guess that you are safe or you wouldn't be typing, but please tell me that you are safe. Okay. Because that's the most important thing. I will leave it to your discretion as to whether or not you want to share the story. Okay, so that's kinda it's not quite what I'm getting at, but it's a start. Okay, we need to alright, we need to do a couple of things here. One, I think we want to slow down the follower. It does not need to be going that fast. Two, we could, you know what we could do? I got an idea. It's not very good, but it might be hilarious. And really, at the end of the day, isn't that what we all want? Is a little bit of hilarity in our lives? Something to balance out the polarity in our lives? I'm gonna have to do some trimming in the level I'm making, Kronos, and it makes me very sad. But the thermo is very high, and I'm getting these, hey, this is too complex, you might want to space things out more. But in order to space things out, like, and still keep it under thermo, I'm gonna have to take some things out. I just found my toe to be bleeding for some reason, and I literally cannot figure out when that happened. I hate that. But also, I hate that, like, random injuries are not that unusual for me. Which, you know, is kind of a problem. Des! Lovely to see you! Hope you're well. Hope life is treating you good. Hope you ain't got no kinds of stress. Now, I mean, if I'm trying to think of how to do this I'm trying to think of how to do this in the most efficient way possible. I'm making a goofy collector zooping around, doing zoopy stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I immediately see a flaw in my logic, though. And I'm not gonna correct it, but I do immediately see a flaw in my logic. You want to make it fly in a way that doesn't look forced. I just want it to fly, like, continuously without stopping. So when it reaches, like, one follow point, it'll force it into doing another one, basically. So the follow points will keep on changing. Just on a quick lunch break. What is your delicious lunch this time, Dez? What is the amazing lunch this time, Dez? I mean, at least I hope it's amazing. I would like you to eat well. Alright, this is... It's not amazing. Porridge with pumpkin seeds and my kid's leftover chocolate from Easter eggs? I mean, that sounds pretty great, though. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty wonderful. Hello, Collector-san. Are you gonna... There you go. Oh, I forgot to put the tag on the collector. Oh. Right, that's gonna be necessary. We're gonna want that. Oh! Oh! Who's got a genius brain? Maybe? Me? No, apparently not. Yo, why did you not change? What happened here? You haven't told them about their chocolate, hoping they won't notice? I took a few pieces and scattered it on the porch. Oh my god, Dez. Why... Good question. It's on off. Should it be on override? Oh, there you go. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, but I needed to pick a new one each time. That's part of the problem. Override is just one shot, but under a different name for some reason. Probably because they're jerks and they want to confuse us. I don't think they're jerks, and I don't think they want to confuse us, but it was funny to say. I saw a stat today that a quarter of kids aged 5 to 7 have a mobile phone in the UK. Well, now, is that like a full free range mobile phone, or is that like because they do have like 4 kids phones here. Oh yeah. We pick each time, one at a time. Add and reset when full? Is that what I want? Proper phone, cellular, wow. Their folks are rich. Why are you getting stuck? You can't play it now, so you probably don't remember. The boss only stops at the center and corner points of the screen. I kinda sorta, but it's been a hot minute. The legal law is age 13 minimum. I mean, but who follows the law, honestly? I mean, I'm not arguing that it's a good thing, Des. I'm saying that it's a thing. Toggle is not the right answer. Why are you staying on... I don't know, maybe that's the best answer. On-off won't work if you use flash counters. Really? Was that the problem? Because the flash counter is technically on for less than 0.1 second. I don't know though, this might work. Also, because I don't have my... I should point out now, before we get too deep into it, but because I don't have my headphones on, if there are any sounds that are becoming annoying, or if you want the music to change, just let me know, because I won't notice, because I'm listening to random OSTs on the side here, so that I'm not living in silence. Well, I can't have the problem is I can't have the microphone and the TV speakers at the same time. Yeah, until my ear is well enough that I don't need to, like, that I can just keep the headphones on. And I'm hoping that'll be by Monday. It's a lot better today. Like, I don't know if that was just normal time to heal for this kind of piercing, or if taking the extra time helped or the fact that I've just been babying it a lot recently. Like, I've been really good on the hot soaks. But, like, the swelling is down. Oh, hey, Dunda! Lovely to see you. I'm feeling pretty great, actually. I was thinking about that today. My mood has been... I was, like... It's, I was thinking the other day, I realized the other day that it's the year anniversary from when things were really bad last year. Leading up to, like, May 1st, when things were just at their absolute lowest point. And the difference in my mood this year from last year is kind of astounding. Like, it's hard to tell sometimes in the day-to-day because, like, changes are so slow and it's just easy to kind of lose track of, you know, what's different today than it was yesterday. It always feels kind of the same in the moment, but just thinking about, like, comparing that year on year, because I've got such an obvious point last year that I can look at and say, like, oh yeah, I remember that was really, really bad. That's when I got my stitches. To be able to compare those 2 points, and it's a lot. Like, I've been in an amazing mood. Last week wasn't, well, the week before last wasn't, like, particularly great, but even that compared to last year is just, you can't really. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. And I was saying to folks that the ear is a lot better. The piercing is healing. It's just taking its sweet time doing, but the swelling is down a lot. It's not red as much anymore. It's not so sensitive in just, like, regular life circumstances, like I bumped it and it hasn't gone into sharp, excruciating pain. But I did try to put the headphones on before the stream tonight, and it was like, okay, that's still not ready yet. That doesn't feel so great quite yet. I may need to, you know, I might need to look into a different type of headphone situation. But hopefully not, because that would just be money I don't really want to spend. Yes! 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 It's been, yeah, it's been a lot. We're, been kind of talking to the folks and trying to get this thing set up to go to the US, and it's slowly coming together, but it is coming together. Alice says you can never do a piercing. Now, why though? If you don't mind my asking? Do you think it would be too painful? Okay. I mean, I will say, like, the piercing itself isn't really that bad. Technique has come a long way since when I first started getting my piercings done. And I think that the tools that they use are a lot better. Like, the needles are a lot sharper. And the pain of the healing is going to depend a lot on where it is. Like, earlobes generally are not going to hurt very much. Eyebrows aren't a very painful heal as long as you're being careful when you're putting on clothing. I remember the tongue kind of sucked. Because there is swelling involved, and that makes other things difficult. It makes it really easy to bite your tongue, which is not pleasant. The cartilage piercing, though, this has not been fun. I'll be absolutely 100% honest and upfront. Like, I don't think I'll get another piercing like this again. It's just been like that area is just it's really really painful. So now, Kronos. Although that I should say that is not me saying that you should get a piercing. Just that the pain is a variable thing, if that's what's holding you back. Why is this not? Is it because I'm not resetting? Is that the problem? Well, it's like it's getting stuck. Okay, well that's definitely wrong. Right now, I just changed it to add. I don't know if that was the right answer. Reposition the ship again, and I'll try to eyeball the problem. Okay. Let me just quick reset these, because they're silly. So it seems like it gets to a point where it's like it'll just stay on one. Did I somehow fix it? There's no way, right? Huh. Okay. Maybe it's fixed? Okay, sure. I don't know what I changed, but yeah, hey, why not? If it works, it works. Alright, so that's stage one. Now where am I? Oh wait, but now it's stuck again. Why are you stuck? What is your problem? You were doing so well before. Yes, please. I would love a suggestion. So, remove the input from the randomizer and set it to on-off. Then change the ship's follower strength to 50. Add an anti-grav if you haven't. A good call with the anti-grav, by the way. I had totally forgotten about that. Keep damping at 0. Try 30 strength. Okay. Seems like it gets a wee bit confused. It gets confuzzled. Which is kind of cute. Maybe the rocket rotator's messing with it. It's been a while since I tried something like this. What are you expecting the result to be? I imagine it meandering about without an obvious endpoint. See, that's what I'm going for. Maybe 40 strength. Come back here! Is the range too small? That's a good question. It shouldn't be. I mean, it's a pretty chunky range, but I could always put it up. I don't think I've got any random blue tags anywhere, so I think this should be okay. Amusingly, it was already at 2 seconds. This poor thing, it just looks so confused. What happens if I take the rocket rotator off, it's gonna just be standing straight up and down. See, now that's definitely not like what I want. That's not the jam, as it were. I wonder. Give me a sec. Let me see. I've got an idea. I don't know if it's a good one, but I've got an idea. What if we... See, I don't know that. I don't think that this is going to have any effect at all, but let's well give it a shot. Yo, Nisco, what are you doing? Like, what if we put the rocket rotator on here? I'm not sure if that really did anything. Honestly. I don't know if that like really offloaded any did that, like, I don't know. I don't know if that helped or not. That's not too bad, though. It's goofy. I do like goofy. Alright, stage 2 is making this kill. The murder is important. Anyone will tell you the secret ingredient, usually murder. Oh, this is teleglitch. I'm telling you, this playlist is banger after banger. It's a shame that I can't share it with you. Alright, so what is our murder pod? I don't know if I listened to it yet. Yesterday was a bit of a busy day for me, so... Oh, 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 oh. Just put it on our baby. Oh, that's gonna go someplace weird, isn't it? Is it? Didn't it get cancelled? I thought I saw something about that, yeah. Were you waiting for that? Was that one that you really wanted? And if the answer is yes, like I've got zero snark about that. Like, then I'm sorry that it got cancelled. It does suck pretty hard to have something that you're really looking forward to. Get put on ice like that. The Zombieland saga is still happening. That's really cool though. Why do emitters suck? Honestly, emitters just absolutely. I can't say what emitters do because it would be not family friendly, but they do it. That thing, they do it. The circle is on a grid, yes. I hate to be snarky, but can you prove it? I mean, I just had it on a grid like 2 seconds ago. Booyah! Boo and ya! Thank you. Boo and ya! Thank you! I think it was just emitters sucking, thank you. Alright, my goofy little child, I need you to come here for a moment. We will have a toggle. No, we'll do a sequencer. Sequencers are probably for the best. Battery for 1 second. Pause for 2? It's not for anything. It's just me being a goof. I had this idea at work. I was like, oh, this would be funny. I should try this out. And that's literally just it. That's the entire thing. I mean, I really don't have a plan for the LBP3 create mode streams at the moment. Just play level easy. The cruelty, Kronos. The absolute cruelty. Okay, so it is looking at me. It is firing at me. Do I need to ignore parent velocity to get this to work? Honestly, it's kind of aspirational, the spontaneity of making a collector Cyclops spaceship propel. I wasn't supposed to be flatulence! That wasn't my intent! I realize that's how it looks, though. What happens if I do want the plasma shots to be uniform. Cool beans. I like it. Back here. That. Now there's no escape. That's actually kind of a problem. It does kind of work though. This would be a terrible boss fight. Like, it's got no tells. There's no place to hide, but it is kind of funny. Where's the paint gun? Where's the paint gun? I had this idea where you're in a PtaER level, you could tank one plasma ball and recover after a few seconds, kind of like fire. Oh, that's kind of cool. And that's like totally doable, isn't it? Not the bolt output. Don't be goofy. Where's the paint shot output? Actually, no, seriously, like, where is that? Here we go. The setting was a multi-level PtaER challenge with each level using a different gimmick. Oh, Holly, sleep well tonight? I hope that you have a wonderful time with Moni. Give her our best regards and love. You know, yes. I love it. I know the perfect, like, the perfect JPEG for that too, but I can't put JPEGs in chat, and I hate that. I hate that for all of us. And then I realized, oh, this is another adventure project. Ope. Ope. Kind of a problem, that. I guess they just explode. This is while I was actively working on demo. Oh god, yeah. So that was just screwed. That was not gonna happen. Bold of you to think that was gonna work. Destroyer. To be honest, I just want to make fancy UIs like the one in tower defense shops. Preferably get paid. Like, isn't... And this is a serious question. This is not me being a goofball, but, like, isn't UI designer... Is that not a job? Like, I feel like that's an actual, like, work that you could do. Graphic designer, probably. Okay, so, like, there's not a specifically, like, UI designer position type of deal? Well, I mean, come on, though. So? Like, so what? So what if you get humbled? Okay, so I did not. I mean, I thought I did, but I did not. Good job, me. I would imagine that all of the greats... I mean... I would like to live up to my own ideals. It doesn't always work, but... I don't know. I want better for you than I've allowed for myself. Also, because, like, I think you've got a lot of talent. There is UI programming as a field, that and front-end dev work with web dev. That's like, I feel like, try say that like 12 times fast. It just does not work. Like, it needs a lot of work, but... it needs a lot of work, but, like, I feel like the fundamentals are there. I see potential, ship it! Yeah, like, why not? I mean, this level could be pubbed. we could publish like this. Alright, I want to put you, because I want to keep you. You're pretty fantastic. I'll put you someplace where you're not going to get broke. Perfection. I was thinking about like a PtaER level in LBP1. I was kicking around some ideas, and like, it's something I need to put more thought into to actually kind of build into a thing, but it is something I would like to do. I really would like to do like an ace level 2. I feel bad that I floated that idea. Like, I don't remember when that was. Was that still when we were working on like the archive level? Because I feel like that was like a brainstorm in the midst of doing the archive level, and like, it came to me, and just as a concept it seemed really, really cool, and then every time I've tried to like kick the tires on it and actually make a level out of it, and I just have gone, I've not gotten anywhere with it. It's kind of frustrating, but I guess like the idea is still there. It's not like the idea is going to go anyplace, so who knows, like maybe we'll come back to it. I mean, I'm thinking like, I've been thinking with my beacon stuff, like maybe using my side account to just do like pure gameplay, hard mode adjacent levels, and using my main account to do kind of levels like I usually do, and maybe working on just gameplay focused levels would kind of get like the creativity flowing in that department, because that's something that I struggle with. I tend to think a lot from like environmental presentation and then how does that inform gameplay? And I think for a level like the Ace level that I was thinking of, it really needs to be in the reverse. Like I need to be thinking of gameplay first. Um, but I really would like to do something with that because I think that was a really neat idea. But we are at the hour point, and that means that I would like to take a break because I do want to be kind of gentle to all of the various bits of meat on me. Starting with environment into gameplay can bite back pretty badly. Every time, honestly, like every time it feels like. But let me take my break. I'll be back in just a few, and yeah. Alright, we are back. What am I doing? What are we doing? Wow. I don't really know. Just kind of screwing around. I got this really neat section that I'm hoping I can keep in the LBP1 level, where I set up like a drop block type of deal, kind of like what we did in the flag level, but chunkier, because LBP1. And like the first time they encounter the drop blocks, and they're just the blocks, you know, they've just got to go over 4 blocks, nothing too fancy. And then in the next section, there's rolling bits that they've got to swing from, with spiked blocks dropping from the top. But when they get to the end of that roller section, they bounce up, and those spiked blocks are not spiked on top, so they've got to use those as the platforms to get back across. It was kind of neat. I like the idea of like utilizing the same bit for 2 different things. I really got to do another recording soon, but it's such a pain. Like, it just sucks so bad to record off the phone. I hate it. I think building upon existing obstacles at least once is good practice. It's been fun to do. Like, that whole level has been, like, there's definitely parts of doing things in LBP1 that are just a pain in the butt. Like, no doubt. But I've had a really good time with playing around with that level. It's been real cool. I'm hoping folks like it. Actually, now I think about it, did you know I made a hard level back in LBP1 era that was actually published? No, I did not. Was it fantastic? I bet it was. I bet it was super cool. It was in a pyramid, as well it should be. And you only got, oh my god, Kronos, why though? Why would you do that to people? You got a you had it on a timer too? Just shocking. Did it get plays? I hope that it got a little bit of love. Unfortunately, not only does it not exist anymore, I literally cannot remember how it went from start to finish. And that was a long time ago, though. I'd be deeply impressed if you did remember. I was trying to remember how my toy level worked to see if I could recreate that, and I cannot. I remember bits of it, but not very much. The second level got 2 stars? They did not appreciate your genius? They should have been ashamed. I think the box party level is like at 3 stars right now, but it's only got like 15 plays. I think it's gonna sink into sad obscurity. And I hate that, but that do be the way LVP be. There's never that many people playing at the same time either. There's only ever like 6 people on when I look at it. I mean, not at my level, but at like LVP itself. I tried playing it in LVP 2, and it does not play well. Like, it's so bad. Because the changes in lighting make the 4th room almost impossible to see. Consistent in terms of people not playing? Yeah, I guess that was a little bit uncalled for. But only a little bit, let's be honest. I'm looking at this DeLorean time machine and I hate it so much. Where's the speaker? That's like way up. I know it's from Manglewood, but do speakers usually go like over the clock or under the clock? Can you? That's hilarious. I can't hear anything, so like you probably gotta go up higher. I don't know why they don't have light switches. Like, it just seems like one of those things that you would have. Book page, why are you like this? Why do you not lay flat? What does this even say? Now I want to know. Oh, it's like, it's too blurry. Also, I think it's backwards. Ah! It's French. At least it's French. At least it's French. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it do be French. As though I could read it were it in French. It's blurry French, right? So like we can't even translate. I wonder what that is. Like I wonder what they used. No one who can read French can't read it, even it? Oh, no one who can read French can read it even. Yeah, yeah, they failed us. Way to go, Sumo! Yeah, it's not well rendered. I mean, I don't imagine they intended it to be. LBP confirmed to be anti-literature. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. What does a classroom need? I mean, desks, but I don't know if that would really be a great idea. Oh, my ear itches. I hate it. I hate it so much. I could see, just say, and that was it. No, I don't know. I mean, I probably shouldn't clutter this up too much. It's a random leg. What is up with that? Why does Sack thing have such furry legs? That's okay. That's kind of weird, but sure, why not? Where's the creepy doll? Hold on a second. Cause it's Monster Kit, right? Although that might not be a deco, that might be an object. The Sackboy leg is from Monster Kit too. Why though? I think I was trying to make turrets for like a paintnator weapon, a paintnator level, and I think I failed completely. Like I think they were terrible. In Japan, are the Pokemon Go Eevee and Pikachu guides in English? I do not know. I have never seen them. Is there a reason they would be? Probably not then. No. Like, print stuff's not going to be in English. Out of print on eBay and for in bad condition or overly expensive. Are you trying to get one for yourself? Or is this just like an academic question? For my kids, so they don't bug me to go to websites for Pokemon all the time. Ah, okay. I mean, that's understandable, but no, a Japanese print guide will not have English language on it, unfortunately. Why did they not give arms for the mannequin? The more I look at it, the more freakish it is. At least I tried. I mean, yeah. You did your best, but in this case it's just not generally something that happens. Us! Howdy Hive, how you doing? Lovely to see you as always. Hope life is treating you very, very kind. Hive, do not worry about it even a little bit. You do not have to be here right on the chump. I understand that you got life, and that is super cool. We're just screwing around. Same old, as we usually do. So you're not missing out on nothing. Oh my god. Bailey is Hive's wonderful cat. It's just the super cutest cat ever. I mean, it could be a movie. We were thinking about a movie called Tomorrow, Bailey, about a time-traveling private detective cat played by Hive's Bailey. I went on Google and all it gave me was very bad Christian dog movies and wait, very bad Christian dog movie, A Dog Purpose. That's the name of the movie? Oh, I love this thing. I don't know where I would use this, but A Dog's Purpose is the name of the movie. It sounds awful. Is the dog's purpose to glorify Jesus? I can't. Is it actually making? Okay, it is definitely making sound. All right. The dog is a Christian and also dies and gets reborn as several different dogs. Is that not heretical? Do dogs get reborn? People don't get reborn. I mean, I guess they could. People don't get reborn under the rubric of the Christian Bible, as far as I know. I could be wrong. I have been wrong many times in my life. I don't remember my catechism. The movie's already heretical under Vatican rules. Is it because the dog has a soul? Because do dogs not have souls in Vatican rules? Yes. I had the feeling. Animals don't have souls. I mean, I don't know what to tell them, but they're wrong. Animals totally got souls. Animals got more soul than Jesus. Why are you not waving around your... That's not how that was supposed to work. I'm sorry. That was incorrect. Oh, are you set to... This is a legit big debate inside Christian sects and even inside proper Vatican. Okay. I still think animals got more souls than Jesus. I was playing around with a different style for filament, using like just the actual light bulb for a body, but I don't know if I like it. I kind of feel like the OG is better. What am I gonna do with you? You're so ugly. I kind of love you, but you're also kind of a lot. I don't want you getting away. I gotta figure out a place to use this thing now, because this is amazing. I'm making so much goofy stuff tonight. Also, I've been very good not swearing. I feel like I deserve a cookie. I don't know, what are we doing with our lives? Should make something. Made our goofy collector ship. Actually, I gotta peep something. A Dog's Purpose also has the sequel A Dog's Journey? Is the journey to find new purpose? Wait, what? Wait, trans is okay, but for dogs? I call BS. I feel like there should be an encyclical on this. The dog gets reborn as a woman. Now let me, this is important, I need to check. As a woman human or as a woman dog? Okay, that's not really much better, but it's not as bad as it could be. There's a whole subgenre of Christian dog movies. I hate it so much. Excuse me? Excuse me? Could you unpack that? What do you mean the dog does Hiroshima? What does that mean? That sounds terribly messy. Like, was the dog on the plane? Did the dog accidentally bonk the button to bomb Hiroshima with its nose? There's a scene of the dog helping the bomb happening. Wow. Wow. That's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot in all the worst ways. Why though? Why though? I would ask who thought that was a good idea, but I kind of feel like I know the answer. It's some random Christian. Classic Americans can admit that Hiroshima was bad moment. Oh god. America makes me despair. I mean, there's a lot of places that make me despair, but like, I'm from the US, so I kind of feel like, you know, I'm a tacit beneficiary of US BS, and it kind of disgusts me, and it makes me want to, like, I don't know. We have so much to get our act together on. We're such a mess. And unfortunately, like, we make our mess everybody else's mess. From the US, living in a US satellite state, I mean, you're not wrong. That is a... That's pretty much what Japan is. I mean, not even pretty much. That's like what Japan is. Where are the spider legs? I do not get KFC though. Like, KFC does exist, but I do not indulge in the KFC because it's not that good. It is explicitly fine. Oh, I definitely don't get KFC for Christmas. That's like, you'd be waiting in line for like a couple of hours. You gotta put your order in advance. It's absurd. What is this? Holy crap! I mean, just go to a yakitori place. They have those. They exist. I switched to Jollibee for Christmas, and almost immediately after, touchdown here in Japan, in North America. I don't know if I've ever had Jollibee. Why is there a pointy ear? Did I misread that? I must have misread it, because like my brain did recognize that you had said chicken. So my mouth must have just spit out something silly. Can we talk about this? What? It says it's the cane topper from the Back to the Future kit, but like, I don't know. This just looks ugly. I've heard of Jollibee. I've never been to one. The ear's pretty well soup. It's still pretty tender, but the swelling is down a lot. Like, even compared to yesterday morning, the swelling's a lot better. It's not like, it doesn't hurt to touch normally, like when I'm cleaning it, but it did feel a little bit too sensitive to have, like a headset on. So, I've just got the headset around my neck. I'm hoping it should be okay for, you know, by the time Monday rolls around, I'm hoping it should be fine. Yeah, it's a lot better. I just don't know, like, I don't really have anything else to compare it to, because I haven't like done this type of piercing before, so it's hard to tell if this is like a regular amount of time that it should take. What's this stand? Oh, that's kind of neat. Like, I don't need it for this set, but it's kind of neat to know that it exists. I kind of wanted cobwebs, but I don't remember where they are. It's not foliage. Although, like, is there anything I could do with foliage here? Is there any foliage I could use? Have to show you the really goofy thing that we made, though. Because it is really goofy. What is this? God, that's like... I don't know, that's kind of a mood, actually. I don't know if that's the right mood, but I almost kind of like that. Where are the spider webs? I know they exist. I know they exist, and I think they're bugged. I think there's something like weird that goes on with the spider webs, but I can't remember how to, like, what it is. Little bit of overgrowth never did nobody no harm. Yeah, it's, I mean, you're not wrong. Certainly get away with it. Yeah, okay, that works. I feel like I need to do something with this. Because you could see the gap between this and the floor. And I don't like that. That bugs me. If we extend it out one, that should solve the problem. Prices to Okinawa are super expensive here. Are you wanting to go down to Okinawa while you're here? Because that seems like it'd be a really big trip. Oh, did I actually show you, like, in... Cause you haven't been here. I don't think you saw it. I'll have to show it to you. It's okay. Look at this fabulous thing. It's just going ham. Des, have a good meeting. Take care of yourself. Give you kiddos a hug from me. Kinda wanna go to Kyushu at some point in my trip, but at some point, probably not during my first trip. It would be, like, I kind of feel like you'd want to plan that separately. Like, do kind of a Central Japan trip, because there's more than enough in Central Japan. And then maybe do, like a Southside trip. I would love... I know I've mentioned this many times over the years streaming, but I would love to go to Gunkanjima. That would be so cool. Oh, I showed you that. I mean, I did show you the GIF in the video, but I didn't know if you got a chance to see it, like, in stream with, the logic. Oh, family friendly. I mean, I think that passes, though. I think that's fine. The plan is still Kyoto, Hiroshima, Osaka, then Tokyo. I mean, that's like a pretty stacked trip. This is actually like a pretty easy setup though. Like, Ladybug is following the... Ladybug's following the microchip, I think? Oh, let's screw that up again. I think my sibling's heading to the Bahamas. The doctor, the one that was climbing on the ceiling, that was kind of a lot. That section was a bit. I'm gonna be very careful not to mess it up since I'm not a native speaker of Japanese. Wait, are you worried about messing something up? We also made this little goofy thing that was tonight, and the starter, the appetizer was this. Mostly when it comes to train lines, the bigger train lines that you'll probably be on, at least like the inner city ones, like at least the signage will be in English. Just kill me immediately. Oh my god. Spawn camper. Spawn camping much. The Dolguma prefecture has several signs in Portuguese because they're a big Japanese Brazilian community, but I'm not going there. I've never been out to Guma, so I would imagine that your information is probably more on the money than anything I would have. What are we doing? What's the plan? How much signage in Japan is also in English on average then? I mean, you have to grant that, like, one, I've spent almost all of my time in Japan in major cities, but, like, a pretty significant amount of, like, official signage will have like Romaji in it. Not necessarily like actual English language directions, but at least where you'd be able to read the names of things. So for if you're gonna be going to like the train station, and it'll have, you know, Deguchi Yonban, and then underneath it would say like exit number 4 in actual English. But if you looked at like the, what do you want to call it, like the train map, the fare map, and there'll usually be like one map that's all in Japanese with the kanji and everything, and then one map that's with everything is written in Romaji. But that's at like pretty like bigger places. Like in Osaka, that was pretty common. In here in Tokyo, that's pretty common. When I went down to Amami, you'd still see like place names in English, but very little like signage would be in English. Alice, it's completely understandable. Like, big overseas trip in a country that's not like your native language or your secondary or tertiary languages. And especially like with a public transportation system that is honestly kind of confusing. Yeah, like a little bit of worry makes a lot of sense. Should I exchange my money to yen in Japan or before the trip? That's a good question. I don't know, like, how much they, like, what kind of cut they take over here. Because I'll be honest, like, a lot of times when I've come back into Japan, I haven't had much money left to convert. And when I've left Japan, I haven't usually had a lot of money to convert either. Like, it's easy enough to do. You'll find plenty of exchange places. In Portugal, money exchange places are very common in malls and stuff, but I don't know how common in Japan. Like, not super common. I'm gonna be honest about that. Like, they're not really common, but there are money exchange places at the airport, and if you've got like a card that you can use in an ATM machine, like an international card, it'll withdraw in yen. I actually didn't even know that was an issue. Everything I hear is, oh god, I wish we had a train system like Japan's, but that could also be, relatively speaking, to not having public transport in the first place. Well, it's like, Japan does have a really solid public transportation system. I mean, that's not a lie. But what it also is it's a very comprehensive public transportation system, which, like, if you know where you're going, if you know, like, oh, I need to be on this route, and it's going to be between these two stations, and it's like, yeah, usually you're pretty good to go. But if you just, like, rock up to a station, and you're like, oh, I want to go to X place, and you try to figure out, like, how to get there, like, what lines you're supposed to take, it can be kind of a pain in the butt. Especially in Tokyo, because there's so many lines. Now, for, like, a lot of tourist stuff, you're probably going to be, like, on the Chuo-sen, which is kind of like the main central line, or the Yamanote-sen, which is it's like a loop line that hits a lot of, like, the major spots in central Tokyo. But, like, there's stations all over the place, and there's a ton of different train lines, so it's real easy to get messed up. And even with, like, something that happens consistently with me, and I've just finally started to remember to do it, is that when I take the train from my home station, like my home JR station, not the subway station, which is a different line, different thing. When I take the train from my home station and I go into Shinjuku, it's a direct shot. But when I come back, the train always stops at Nakano, and I have to change to another train to get to my station. I don't know why it does that. And you can get, like, a train directly to my station, but the gaps between are a lot longer, and it's always just a complete pain in the butt. I honestly kind of hate it. It's privatized in different lines. I don't know if any of the train networks are purely public anymore. Like, I think JR is public-private. But there are definitely private lines as well. So, in Osaka, you had JR, and then you had Hanshin, and then you had Hankyu, and There was one more that would go out to Kyoto. I think it was the Keiosen. And so those were private lines. So if you're going out of like, if you're going up to Kobe, you'd probably be taking the Hanshinsen. Because you could take the JR, but the JR is a little bit more expensive, but it's a little bit quicker. Hold on, I missed a bit from Hive. Hive says we have a private line here, it's the airport line. It's ludicrously expensive compared to the rest of the rail network. And Alice says from Wiki, rail transport services in Japan are provided by more than 100 private companies, including 6 Japan Railways Group regional companies, state-owned until '87, which provide passenger services most part of Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu, Nationwide JR Freight Company, and 16 major regional companies which provide railway services as part of their corporate operations. There are also dozens of smaller local private railways. There's a lot, yeah. It's so surreal hearing details about Japan given that I was there for an hour tops. Come back! Kronos, come back and visit. And I know that air travel is kind of anathema to you, and I will not push you any harder, but it would be really cool if you were able to come over. I would take you around town. I would go up to Osaka and take you around to Osaka. Is my apartment in there? My apartment's not the tiniest tiny apartment, but it's kind of tiny. What do I want to make? Some of them are terrifying. Like, what is the context of terrifying in this sentence? Like, terrifying in that they have a ghost? Is that what we mean? The dude going through some of them is like, wow, this is very small, but it's still larger than my first apartment. Japan may be the only place I've been to with a conveyor belt that wasn't an escalator, and that blew my mind at the time. You've never had a moving walkway? They're a hoot. I was gonna say Canada is depriving you, and then I thought, like, that's not what you want to say. That's not what you want to say at all. But it is, though. I need to ask this. If I get sick, would I need to go to a private hospital, or can I go to the public ones? That's a really good question, and I don't know the answer to it. Because the one hospital that I've gone to here, I don't even know if it was public or private. It was just the closest one. Terrifying being, here's a place where I can stand in the center of my apartment. If I extend my arm span will touch the opposing walls. Also, the bathroom is in the stairwell, and I could barely close the door. I've never been in a place where it's so small that I could touch both walls at the same time. I've been in a number of places that is so short that I could touch the ceiling, which is less than ideal. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's anything barring you from going to the hospital. I will mention that the time that I went, I did get a surcharge because I did not get a doctor's recommendation for going to the emergency room whilst I was bleeding. So, there's that. Try not to need a hospital, basically. I've been in a hotel room with a bathroom I couldn't stand upright in. That sounds awful. I hate that for you. Was that in the US? That feels like a very US thing. The issue is I get sick very easily. Well, I'm just gonna have to baby you, I guess. That's the only answer, is babying. I can... Oh yeah, I missed a bit. Supum says I can get close to touching both balls at the same time, but only from side to side. I'd have to have floppy car balloon arms to touch them from one end to the other. Like the janitor in Little Nightmares 1 got those big old floppy arms. I'm sorry Osaka did that to you, Hive. They should know better. Cross says another culture shock thing back when I was in the Tokyo airport was the attendant helping my family out was asked to count to 10 in English and struggled to do so, which confused me greatly at the time because I could not imagine everyone not knowing fluent English. I mean, okay, you were young, that's understandable, but also, why were you making this poor attendant count to 10 in English? Like, why were you doing that? That seems kind of like a weird thing to do. I hope it was you because you were an actual child. I hope none of the adults in your party were asking this poor person to, like, show off their English skills, because that'd be messed up. Oh. I saw the bit about the Self-Defense Force Hospital. Oh, and Kronos says, now to look back at it, that guy tried really hard, and I'll forever remember him for the hustle. The hustle? That's like such a weird way to put it, Kronos. Like, I get where you're coming from, and it's... I realize it's a place of kindness, but it's like, the hustle? What? Why would you put it like that? It's probably gonna be fine. I'm gonna be in the big city, so if anything happens, I'll probably be able to escape the issue. I mean, you're gonna be with people too, and they're gonna be taking care of you. So it seems like the airport was very formative for you. I remember having the best vanilla ice cream cone over there, and I'm pretty sure It was an ice cream robot. That sounds amazing, though. Where's my ice cream robot? Why is Elon Musk wasting his time on these Cybertrucks when he could be making an ice cream robot? I am in fact shaking my head. I am not in fact shaking my head, but it would be pretty funny if I were. It's the power of Japanese tech. I suppose. Oh, that's right. Like I'm looking in the Switch to change the motion type, cause I've been playing LBP1. I still can't use squat toilets. I cannot bring myself to do it. I know, I'm certain that they work perfectly fine. People have been using them for thousands of years, but like, and by thousands of years, not that long. Certainly hundreds of years, but I can't. I am filled with a terror that I will somehow get poo on me. A lot of places do have Western style toilets. In fact, I would say like the majority of places that I've been have had Western style toilets, unless they're like really old. Yay, bounce pads! I don't know why I bothered making the block change color, seeing as it's going to be covered in paint. That feels kind of silly. Is an airport supposed to be this fascinating as they make it out to be? I mean, airports, in the best of times, airports can be kind of neat. Unfortunately, we haven't been living in the best of times for basically ever. Also, I'm more than happy to listen to your airport stories. I think they're pretty fun. Is there any boomerism about Western toilets? Like those, I have never heard anybody complain, like even really super old people complain about using Western toilets. I think that's one thing that everybody's pretty happy about. I have no clue how I remember this, but it was also raining, and I only remember because it was the first time I saw the driver's seat on the right side when I entered a bus. You've got like a lot of memories from this trip, and that's pretty great. I mean, the time may very well come. Oh fudge. Did I glue those together that I should not have done? Oh, I totally did. Should I get a replica katana while I'm in Japan? I mean, is that a thing that you want? Do you feel like you have a need for that? I kind of feel like there's probably more things you could get, like more fun things you could get with your budget. It would be funny. I mean, okay, you're not wrong. It would be kind of funny, but at the same time, I would carry it around the entire journey and then probably get asked about it for the Japanese cops. And that sounds like perfect enough reason not to get one. I would like to have exactly 0% dealings with the Japanese cops, 'cause they suck. You're a semi-white person. I mean, like, it's not like it really helped me, Alice. It still pretty much sucked. I can promise. Are Romani people even known at all in Japan? It's a good question. I would guess not completely unknown, but perhaps not commonly known. The plot twist is I got them in the Philippines and not in Japan. I feel like, do we need to have, like, Marlon Random saying that? It's about the gloves, right? About the Naruto gloves? Okay, this kind of works, but this also kind of sucks. Like, I'm glad that it does work, but I feel like it needs to be moving quicker. Is there a lighter material that I could use besides cardboard? Did Lockstitch have a level like this? Or a level with a boat like this? Not the boat, but the wheel idea. Was it really cool? Eh? I'm so sorry. Apparently there's a group of nomad mountain-living Japanese people who are called the Romani of Japan. Now that's a thing I did not know at all. That's very interesting. Did I beat you in puns? Oh, you know what we could do? Soup, kind of going off of your idea. I feel like I got an idea for that. They apparently disappeared in the 60s and 70s and or mostly assimilated, it seems, as well as living in a mountain in Japan. Not the best time. Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine they would have had an easy time of it. What if we... I also want to ask you a thing. Speaking of Japan, so sometimes Japanese media stuff, I'll see an image of the sun with rays, but it's much more like an orange tone and different from the rising sun flag. Is that a different thing or adjacent to it? You'd have to send me a picture, because I'm not 100% sure. If I had to guess, like, just based on what you said, like, maybe something adjacent? Oh, the music stopped. I wonder if it's because I've got it on pause, because sometimes that happens. Only sequence tracks stop when paused. I wonder if I messed something up. Tell me if the music starts back up again. Music's good. Okay. I've got an idea of how this should work. I can't, at the 2.5 hour point, I can't really think about how to implement it. Like the idea of, like, you only need to shoot it a couple of times to get it moving, but if you don't, like, shoot it every now and then periodically, it'll come to a stop. But you know what? I really ought to take a very short break right now, because we are at the 2.5 hour point. So just to kind of take care of my throat parts. So I'm gonna do that. I will be back in just a mo. Alright, I'm back. So I sent you the image, this from a French anime con, but I've seen various versions of it with sun's resting and then various rays in the more orange tone. Looking at... Where did the boat go? Oh, it's over here. Okay. I don't like this boat. Goodbye, boat. Get rid of the water, too. It doesn't... I mean, it doesn't look like the rising sun flag, now that I've seen the way it is. The kind of got the colors reversed, and it's not a red sun in the center. But I also don't know if it has any particular import. God, like, is there anything else that want to make? I imagine there's just a lot of images with Japan, the sun rising above Japan, because, well, the sun does rise. And, I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, it's kind of, you got, like, the Hinamaru flag, and the association with Japan and the sun, and, I don't know, it's really hard to say for me. Like, I feel like that there may be cultural context that I'm not getting. Or, not that I'm not getting, but that I just don't have. But it doesn't look like the way it's usually presented when it's presented in the Japanese battle standard style. Because in that case, it's like it's usually it's a very heavily contrasting, like very clearly the white background and the red sun and rays coming off of it, which you do see, like that still does show up in anime and in media bits. Is there anything that I want to make in particular whilst I'm here? Like, I don't really have any solid ideas is all. I've seen it showing up a bit more changed lately, probably to avoid the laws banning the flag in South Korea and China, and also not to have it literally being there. Like, I wish they'd just get rid of it, honestly. It's an embarrassment. It's like, it's on the same level as the Confederate flag. And it's like, why do you even wanna... why do you want to antagonize your neighbors? Because that's like all it does. And for good reason. Like, I mean, for good reason that they would be antagonized by that. Even for historical media, just do the thing other media from other countries do, and use the current Japanese or a stand-in. Like, unless they're doing something that's very specifically, like, about the Imperial Army, then yeah. But even then, there's so many, like, brave soldier, brave pilot movies, even now, and it's just kind of like, really though? Why though? Yeah, no arguments on this end of it. That is to say, I have no arguments. I don't know why I could not say that properly, but oh yeah, yeah, send it my way any old time. Basically, the history of those are more complicated than the politics of who writes them. And the background, but also it's like one of those things where there's limits in focusing on these people alongside the actual nationalist stuff. Okay. Apparently the Monica sequel film is supposed to air this year. What in the... I mean, there's been Monica sequels though, hadn't there? The Rebellion story is technically the only sequel since Magica Record is more of a spin-off series. Gotcha. That's not what I thought was going to happen. Wait, there's a Japanese self-defense force cover band? What? On one hand, like, I shouldn't be shocked, but on the other hand, like, God, that's pathetic. Oh, that's just so gross. It kind of slaps, but also the SDF. I hate them so much. Where did my rocket go? God, my brains are honestly just completely turning off. It's pathetic. Will you not stick to the ball? What the heck? What if North Korea invades with 4 million super soldiers? What if? Let them? I guess? Way to go, they did it. Gonna happen any moment now. Alongside with China invading. Crown says, I'm not sure what I want in a Rebellion sequel, but also I know they've been working on it for quite a while, so I'm curious nonetheless. Is this the one with, like, evil Homura? I mean, that's kind of exciting. Exciting adjacent. Poor Homura, she's never gonna get her happy ending. Leave that poor girl be. He didn't know you sleep well. It was lovely having you as always. I hope that life is treating you good. Alice, they'd probably fight everyone. I have no belief in the SDF's ability to protect or care. It's interesting these are working off of gyroscopes. I don't think I realized that. There's American soldiers in Japan. They won't fight them. I mean, they probably would after a couple of drinks. Be like, we're suddenly gonna care about the sanctity of Okinawan girls, even though like we never have before. What does this timer do? Is this for shots? No, this is us hovering. That's weird. I've never actually looked in the bee. There's kind of a lot going on. No one basically cares about the SDF in Japan, just as the nationalists. I mean, I don't think many people really give them too much consideration aside from when there's disasters. They do be going out in disasters and picking folks up. I'll give them that much. I mean, it's literally their job, so, you know, there's that, but oh, no, you can't. I don't think you can name non-tag logic pieces. I think it's because it's a saved object. It's a collected object. Yeah, that would be pretty neat otherwise. Oh wow, like what is all this? It's almost as if instead of having an army, we should have things that actually help out. It's almost as if kind of wild that, right? God, look at all this stuff. Where are the emitters? Where are the emitters, MM? Like, this is the attack mode. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Wait, why do those have tags on them? Or why do they have microchips? What do you do? Sound effect? It's got a mover? It has a destroyer when it hits a tag labeled front? Oh, dip? I think I've seen a copy of Dreams for like 300 yen. Wait, so like the servers are up, but they are not maintained by MM. Like, I don't 100% know how that works, but I guess it's Sony, like, with LBP. There's no announcement as to the servers being, Thank you, Kronos. Yes. Alice, if you're talking about the LBP3 servers, the PS4, PS5 servers, there has been no announcement that they are to be closed. The last announcements that we've had are from the community manager that the work is still being done on them. Dream servers are, as Kronos has said, that the servers themselves are up, it's just that live support has ended. So no more content drops. I think no more like level curation on MM's side. I mean, I don't think any day now, but I think that they are working on it. It seems weird that they would string it along for 4 months and like not actually be trying. I kind of feel like they would have thrown the towel in by now. I mean, Kronos, look how that turned out in the sense that we've had an ongoing online presence for 15 years and people like the game so much that they figured out a way to mod in their own private servers. Like, I don't know, this is kind of a success by a lot of rubrics. I have seen, like, the shame of it is it took a long time, I feel like, but like there are some folks that are really putting together some really nice things in Dreams that I see on Reddit every now and then. But I feel like it's such a small percentage, and it's taken so long to get. The main reason LBP officially dies is because its general infrastructure is a genuine hazard to PSN. I mean, that's on them. They're the ones that decided to leave it leave it become the mess that it is. Oh my god, we're at like 3 hours. Come with me. I need a thumbnail. It's gonna be you. Broadcast chip, where are you? I just want to make myself immune to plasma so it doesn't kill me while I'm talking. Excuse me! Hold on a second! Okay, good. Alright, I don't know how we made it. It got kind of floofy there at the end. To be perfectly honest, it would suck if it came to this, but I'd be fine with them just putting the server in read-only mode for a year or two. Like, just some way to keep accessing those old levels. Yeah, like, if that's the best that could be done, just to get a last chance to archive stuff. It'd be a shame to not be able to upload anymore, but at least to have something to play would be kind of cool. By the way, if I recall correctly, PSP had the download level feature. Would have been nice for LBP to have that now in hindsight. Like, download any level or download your own? You could store... Now that's interesting. Could you, like... Oh, so you could play them offline. Right. So it wasn't a thing where, like, you could copy levels and republish them under your own name. It was just like, you had a copy to play when you were offline that you couldn't mess around with. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Because I was gonna say, otherwise, that seems like a huge issue of people just stealing levels. Alright, that's actually, yeah, that would be really nice if we had a thing like that. But, one thing that we don't have is, unfortunately, time. We've gotten to 3 hours again. This was a lot of fun. It was very meandering, and I kind of apologize for that. Just don't really have a focus in LBP3 right now. Right now, all my brain meats are focused on LBP1 and the stuff I'm doing there. But we did get to make some fun stuff and to play around with a couple of things that I hadn't tried before that, who knows, might come in handy someday. Like this little guy here. I feel like something could be done with our pseudo collector there. Any administrata. Today is the 19th, so we've got Monday will be Isaac. which is good, because if worse comes to worse and my ears are still a little bit tender, Isaac is a thing that we can do without audio. Wednesday is a question mark, but maybe Dead Cells. I would like to play one more round of Dead Cells before we start Skull, which will be on the 29th. Next Friday, of course, LBP. Alice, you had said back at the beginning of the month that somewhere between the 25th and the 27th you would have final news, toes crossed, about your apartment. I am rooting for you. I am tentatively excited because the world seems to have kind of been real good at screwing you over on this one, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping an awful lot that come next weekend that you will have some very happy news. That's my wish. Yes. And I think that's all of our administrata. So I will ask all of you, as I always do, to please be taking care of yourselves out there in meat space. Make sure you're getting the hydration that you need. Make sure you are getting at least one meal in a day, even if it's kind of garbo, just to have something in your belly. Preferably like more than one meal, preferably one of them being non-garbo, but you know, I dig it, and I'm not going to throw any opprobrium in your direction. If you've got medications, try to take those medications as close to schedule as your situation allows for, but most importantly, please do remember that you are important, that you have value. There's a lot of people out there who are rooting for you, who want you to be happy, who want you to find joy, who want you to have your best life and be safe. I'm one of those people, but there are many more. And that pretty much does it for us here, This Go About. So for me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.